episode 28. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from tbriz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
Yeah. Guys, I hate that intro. Welcome to the Adult Baby.
We should change it.
We should change everything. Let's rename the show. My name's tbriz. We are the Adult Babies. We're your fucking Jesus.
Okay.
What the hell? I'm tbriz.
I'm B.
And I'm Chic.
And we got a special guest host today, our friend Lou Vecchio.
What's up?
This is part B of a part A and B series.
Yep.
Right?
Thanks for sticking around.
Lou's
for the
here.
week.
Anyone who listened last week, he was here, and he was a great guest. Some amazing stories, and I think we got a few more. And in between the episodes, we were chatting, and we found out. Listen to this: that our very own B, Brendan Ryan, was in Lou's first band.
Yeah.
Yes.
They didn't even know it. They were in a band
Yeah.
together.
True story.
Yeah, we were part of the brass ensemble. Was that what we played trumpet. We both played trumpet. Fun fact. When I played trumpet,
Such a fun fact. This fact better be fun.
I never learned how
fact.
to read music, so I would sort of do one of these things. Trumpet only had 3 little buttons. So,
what they called them?
and when you played trumpet, I was able to get away with just pressing and sort of looking over at the next guy and seeing and just doing it like that.
Right.
You know, I never really played, is what I'm saying. I held the trumpet. I blew into the trumpet, but notes weren't coming out of the trumpet. But that's how you started, basically, right?
That's it, yeah. And it's an
You're
easy
welcome.
instrument to like kind of, fake your way through because it's like always 10 trumpet players. So like if one person's not making
you're just
noise.
a line of people and you can just look and
Fake it till you make it.
yeah.
That's a
Still
phrase.
trying to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm still trying to do.
That's fun. And that's fun. he said it was a fun fact. So yeah, you know what? That
Real
is
fun.
That is
It is
fun.
fun.
That
Yeah.
is fun. That
It
was
is
a fun
very fun.
fact. I like that phrase, fun fact. I think I'm going to drop that a lot this week.
I like to
at
drop
work.
it. I dropped the fun fact.
It really sets the bar, grabs somebody's attention. I
Here's
love
a fun
phrases
fact.
like that. Hey guys, I got a fun fact. Ooh, what do you got for us?
Because normally facts aren't fun, so you have to say, this fact is fun. It's not just a regular boring fact.
Right.
It's a fun fact.
Like, for example, no, I hear
Fun
you.
fact, I don't know what I'm saying.
Is this a Seinfeld episode?
No, he's right, because listen, fact, George Washington was the first president of the United States of America.
Fun fact.
Anybody having fun yet? No.
Fun fact, George Washington had wooden teeth. I think that's true, right?
Fun
Is the
fact,
Prosecco hitting me?
make it more fun. George Washington had wooden teeth, and he had to get it sprayed with termite pesticide on a regular basis, so they
even
didn't eat his
better.
teeth away.
That's even better than
Except that's not a fact. That's a fun lie.
Yeah. Well, you
Just
can,
as good.
You
Fun
can blur the
fun
lines.
lie.
You can blur the lines.
Can you start a sentence with that and really get to, hey guys, fun lie?
Fun lie. No, you can't.
No, that sounds, I don't want to listen to you.
Yeah.
Chick, say it real quick. Try it out on me.
I have a fun lie for you.
Actually, I want to hear his fun lie.
That was a great
I had to
delivery.
do one.
Nice.
We made it work. All right, that was pretty good.
It's a Prosecco.
So you guys are in a band, and it's because the four of us all come from the same area, right?
Yeah.
We're from Long Island.
Farmingdale.
Chick with the Farmingdale pride.
Love it.
Daler pride.
Dalers.
Now, another fun fact. My dad played the drums along with my grandfather. They both played the drums. I did not follow.
They were. Yeah, go ahead.
What? They were what? Drummers.
Cooler than you.
They were. Yeah. Fine. They were. And I was talking to my parents last night, and my dad still thinks he's a drummer.
Awesome.
He's got the whatever.
has a kit?
Yeah.
He's got a kit.
He's got a kit.
What's he rolling
Actually,
with?
a friend put his head through the kit.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
we got-
a fact. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, I had a. My grandfather was in a band like years ago, obviously, and I had like a party at my house, and like one of my good friends who it's not in his personality to do this, but he got a little drunk and he goes, I bet I could stick my head through that drum, and he did. And, it was pretty heartbreaking.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But anyway, I was telling my dad, I was like, we actually got a drummer. This guy Lou Vecchio, he's from Farmington. My guy goes, does he have a father that played drums?
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that's your dad.
Yeah.
And I guess they went to high school together.
No, fuck, that's insane.
Yeah, I just found that fun fact out last night.
That's a fun fact.
Because my dad's big, he living his glory days talking about drumming.
Yeah,
so.
same. My dad does the same thing, and my grandfather's actually was a drummer as well.
Oh no shit!
Yeah.
All right, look at that.
The grandfathers probably know each other.
Yeah, they were in the same circuit.
The Ryans have a big influence on the Vecchios.
Yeah. I'm basically the reason why you're.
That's it.
Oh God.
And now it's all come full circle on the adult babies.
It is. It has come full circle.
So that's the dad band connection, and that's what happens when you grow up in the same town and you go to the same high schools. You find out these two are in a band, that their parents were in drummers together, and everyone's drumming.
Yeah, I don't think they drummed
and
together, but my dad just knew that name and remembered that your dad was a drummer too.
Right.
Probably in the same circuit, like in the same.
Yeah.
That's cool.
My dad's had a band. The name was King's Folk.
Oh, awesome.
They're a worse name than King's Folk.
King's Folk.
Wait, I think I
kind of like King's Folk.
I like King's Folk too. My dad's band's name. Well, he had a lot, but his one, like probably in that same era was U.S. Male.
U.S. Male.
What? Like I'm not even joking.
Oh God.
U.S. male, like M-A-L-E. I'm a U.S. male.
I actually think it was that.
Oh,
I
it
don't
has
know.
to be. It has to
I don't
be.
think it was like the postal service, like U.S.
Like you can imagine their intro when they come on stage. Special delivery coming up next. U.S. Mail first class.
That's fantastic.
Louis Vecchio Senior. Even though they'd be predicting the future because anyway,
Whatever.
I actually know that your dad is a drummer too because there's a Lou's social media. There's videos of you and your dad like jamming out, like playing the drums together. And stuff.
Really?
Have you guys seen these things?
I haven't seen
Is that
that.
on your YouTube?
It's on my YouTube, and I'm sure my dad has it all over his Facebook wall. My dad is crazy on Facebook. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, my dad is too.
Yeah, he's wild.
It's like my aunt.
Yeah, he like just types all capital letters all the time.
Just screaming at everybody all the time.
That's funny.
That's a fun fact.
That's a fun fact.
That's funny. I don't know why that came out that way.
The whole episode.
God, it is always a second episode where things go off the rails.
That was fun. That was a fun fact.
Facts.
Dad's on Facebook. It just in general is fun.
Oh yeah.
Your
it's
dad must
fantastic.
get a kick out of this thing with you going on and doing all these tours, right? He probably loves it.
Oh, he loves it. Yeah, he's my number one fan. He loves
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah, he's
Does he get? Oh, I'm sorry. Does he get the opportunity to come see you a lot, or
Yeah.
It's got to be.
He comes out whenever we play New York and stuff like that, and it's really funny because he doesn't understand all the technology and how it's whatever he's used to 5 guys on stage making noise, and now it's we have laptops and stuff on stage, and I had him side stage listening. We have all these in-ear monitors. They're like molds that I can hear everything that's going on stage, and you really can't see. It looks like a hearing aid. I don't know why I'm laughing. What I'm saying.
We love the hearing impaired. Don't worry.
Yeah. But it
Don't
looks
mind Lou.
I know. I'm it looks like a hearing aid, and it produces sound. And I had my dad listen to everything that I hear, and in my head there's a metronome the whole way through, and before every song there's a countdown and it's like a guy that we had record the countdown, like it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and my dad's sitting side stage like, who's counting? He had no idea what was going on.
That's like the secret fourth member of the band, the counting guy. He gets no credit. He gets no credit at all.
I know. He's just like he's a phantom. No one knows who he is.
He's the one who keeps everything tight too. He gets no credit.
Well, guys, that was fun.
That was
actually a fun fact.
That was a fun fact. All right, well, that's nice.
Boy.
All right, let's. I got no segue here.
I think we got the name of this episode. Fun facts.
Yeah. Fun fact, we don't have a segue.
Right.
What do we got next on the list?
Well, all right.
So long.
We got next on the list. Let's talk about. We'll keep it going with the music stuff. We haven't heard much from B. And I want to hear. B's got some story for us about a Springsteen show.
I don't have a story, but I'm going to explain an emotion.
An emotion.
God.
I had mentioned previously. I will not let you damper my. All right,
just go.
So, a few episodes ago, I got lucky enough. I won the lottery to see Springsteen on Broadway.
The lottery.
There was a lottery.
I know.
And I'm a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. It's one I go and I see him by myself. I have to go by myself because it's an experience to me. So I.
Do you always do that?
Yeah,
It's just you and Bruce.
I took.
That's it. I just want that.
Yeah,
the laser eye contact.
I went with my family once when they were at MetLife Stadium, and it wasn't the same. Like, it was great that. They're not huge Springsteen fans, but I was like, you got to experience what I'm seeing.
Yeah, family always ruins everything.
And, it was great. I shouldn't say that. It was great, but like, I enjoy going to these things by myself and just like, I don't know, I take it all in. I'm a whack job, what can I say? So anyway, I got very lucky to see Springsteen on Broadway. I got these tickets, and single ticket. I go by myself, and as soon as he came out, tears. I was crying.
This is so pathetic.
Why is this pathetic, though?
You know what, man? Like, I get it. Everybody has fans, but the moment he walks on the stage, you start crying. Like, get a hold of yourself. You're a grown man.
It was so moving that I couldn't. And it was. What you heard, it was in like a theater. So you heard like husbands with their wives, and you would hear random like sniffles throughout the theater. It was pretty moving to hear that too.
You weren't the only one. A lot of other men. It's like a whole crowd of men crying together.
Yeah.
That's a Springsteen concert.
Why though? What is he doing that everyone like this doesn't?
I thought everybody'd be like, yeah.
No, it's like a fucking Natalie Cole concert.
No. No. He tells his life story, so it's almost like he does he would do these 15-minute just
monologue.
Yeah, and then he would get into like, well, this is where I was then, and then he would play, and it was just him, and it was incredible. It was so moving. I can't even explain it, but I cried. The show was 2 hours and 20 minutes.
You cried for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
I cried for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Wow.
Like, just tearing. And I didn't think it would happen. I was like, I get emotional sometimes when something moves me. I get emotional. That's just the way I am. I'm not afraid to admit it, okay? But I wasn't expecting this to happen during this Springsteen thing.
Neither was I.
And waterworks. Oh, my God, the entire time. So that's all. I don't have much of a story. It was just incredible.
He's crying now thinking of it.
Yeah. Does he start like from like it's like actually like spoken word?
Yeah.
Like, well, that's actually pretty cool.
It was really cool. It's actually coming to Netflix in December, but it won't do it justice. But yeah.
We'll see. When it comes out on Netflix, you let us know how much you cried.
No, because then he talked about, his parents. He talked about like the Vietnam War and he would do these long stories, and you kind of didn't know where he was going, and then he would sort of just strum the guitar the entire time, or he would switch the piano to the guitar, and he would tell these long stories, and you were just like hooked. You're like, he's just a great storyteller,
Yeah.
And then he would go into the.
Yes, he tells his songs all tell a story too.
Right.
So I guess this is like to complement whatever song.
I know I sound crazy. I know I sound crazy.
You don't.
But I just get very emotional with that stuff. I love it.
I just think it's ridiculous. I appreciate it. Hey, people have fanhoods, and I have, like, I'm very passionate.
I know.
about
We're
things.
looking at you're dressed from Notre Dame, literally from head to toe.
I'm trying to think if I would even cry. Like, the Giants won the Super Bowl. I was happy. I was ecstatic. It was a big moment in my life, and I didn't, like, I don't know if, like the song, I just can't see myself tearing. Like, I'm not too big to cry. I cry plenty times, but
yeah, I was gonna
not over
say,
that.
do you feel emotions in general?
Yes, I do.
Do you know what it feels
I
like
am actually a
to
very
feel-
emotional individual, but, like, I guess that's something that I'm shocked at.
The second time I've done that, by the way.
These seats just broke.
I think
and
I'm
you fell
more
to the
just
ground.
shocked that you had this. I'm just Bruce Springsteen. I'm just surprised, I guess.
All right.
Chick, what's the last thing that made you cry?
The last episode, he was
When I got
crying.
fired.
Did you
No.
cry?
Actually, I don't know. I don't think so. I was pissed off. That was a different
Yeah.
type of emotions.
That's a different type of passion,
Mm-hmm.
anger.
Yeah.
Did football ever make you cry? You're a big football guy. What about
Rudy.
I was gonna say you're wearing Notre
Oh,
Dame
great
stuff. The
movie.
movie
That's
Rudy.
100% Rudy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets me every time. I could watch it and pick it up at any point and still get choked up.
So if you need a good cry, you just throw Rudy on.
Yeah, if I need a
Just play
good cry.
Rudy in the
Put
background
Rudy.
of the podcast one day.
Yeah, we're gonna put it on next week.
cry.
We're just gonna do a whole episode where we watch Chick get emotional.
Glasses are gonna fog up again.
Get me all verklempt.
And I would ask Lou the same thing, but we talked about it last week in an episode when he asked his wife,
Yes.
his wife to be, to marry him. He got emotional.
Yep. Waterworks. As B would
happens.
say. Yeah.
You probably have fans like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guarantee you do.
I'm being serious
Yeah.
too, though. You
I
probably
guarantee you do.
You do. It's always wild. You never. What gets me the most about not just the crying is when you see like fans of the band with like tattoos on them, like
Oh,
on
wow.
logos and stuff. That shit is crazy to me.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Like I have my own band logo. That's me. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
now
you're in the band.
Yeah, I'm in the band. But like,
I'm in the band.
Wow. But yeah, I was gonna to add to this whole crying thing, and I don't know why this happened. I saw a commercial recently that triggered something, and I lost it. I was like, I was literally tearing up and crying.
It's very weird.
It
just
actually, yeah. No, go.
No, I'm what?
The things that actually get me the most are the stories of a lot of sick people with sports related things, where little kids who have cancer go to see their favorite team, and teams do things for, like, things like that get me going a lot
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's usually like sports related stuff gets me. I think it's a very underrated, but it's an underrated
surprised.
emotion. Yeah, but there's a lot
I
of
know.
things in sports that
Take
really
a look at him.
You were
He's got
one of the
every
most
help
sports
people's
logo in New
lives,
York on
and
his arm.
they make, I don't know, there's a lot of sports related things that do make big differences in people's lives.
Yes, you are.
And I'm a sucker for those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're very emotionally invested in sports. I
He
get
is.
it.
Yeah.
So then, but what I want to know is what commercial Lou was talking about. A commercial. What commercial was it that made
I can't.
made the Waterworks go? What, American Express? Was it? They have a good one out now. That's kind of like tugs at the heartstrings.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was like a Lunesta commercial. No, I don't. I think it was definitely something with like a little kid. Maybe it was a military commercial. Like the dad
Yeah.
came home and the
Those
kid was.
ones always-
Yeah, like
yeah.
it might have just been, and it just, I don't know. It hit me hard, and I was like, oh man, I'm crying. And Emily looks over at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And it's a mesothelioma commercial that he's crying at.
Oh man.
You know what? I'm almost afraid to admit this. The chick knows a word that I don't know what it means. What the hell is mesothelioma?
You never seen those commercials? It's like
Yeah,
the sick. It's like they always have. I don't even know
It's
what
a
it is.
disease, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I know it's a
disease.
I
disease.
think it's like if you spent too much time in an attic or something, you can get it.
Asbestos.
Asbestos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's it.
It's like a lung disease, I think.
Yeah. No, I think
right?
that's you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
Binder and Binder, they all deal with that stuff.
That's one of those places that it's like, if you've ever suffered from mesothelioma,
Yes, that's exactly how it goes.
if you suffer from these and you are ever in a building where the asbestos was ripped out, give us a call. We'll make you tons of money.
Yeah, it's 1-888-888.
1-800-8. No, that's mattress.
Salino and
1-800.
Barnes Injury Attorneys. 1-800-888-8888.
Dude, I have a deja vu because we already talked about this.
They always
Yeah,
make it
we
in
did.
here.
Because when we talked about
We did the same
Salino
thing.
and Barnes aren't together. Their band broke up.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They broke up.
They're suing each other. How crazy is
Yeah.
that?
Are they really?
This is deja vu. I feel like.
Guys,
Did you guys touch on Cars for Kids yet?
No, but
That's another one.
what's that? How's
That's on the Met station,
Cars for
660.
kids.
Yeah.
1877 cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids.
Donate your car today. Da-da.
Hit song. That's a smash.
Yeah, that was good.
I want to write jingles.
I know it's so much
Maybe that's
fun.
what you should do.
There you go, chick. You're searching for employment. You know, maybe Luke can hook you up with some connections.
You know any
I know-
jingle guys?
I got some good jingle.
Single guys.
There you go. That was the whole. There was a whole second motive to having you on today, Lou.
Yeah.
Here it is.
There it is.
Find chick a job.
Fine.
Fun fact.
Fun fact,
We
chick
didn't
got
just-
let go.
That's not where I was going with that, but
That-
thanks, chick.
By the way, that would
Here
be
he goes.
some,
This is episode 2.
This is
chick.
episode 2. I had to get
Episode
that
2
one.
Chick is here.
that would be some story if he lost his job, multiple jobs, and then just becomes a jingle writer.
What the fuck? You couldn't write a jingle. Let me hear you write a jingle right now about.
Don't put me on the spot.
Write an adult baby's jingle.
Yeah,
We'll
go.
give you till next week.
Next week I'll come back with a jingle.
right now. Come on, just make one up off the top of your head.
I can't do that.
Just
My head doesn't work
listen,
like
His
that.
head doesn't work.
First
that
of
way.
all, your attitude is what's blocking you. This I can't do it attitude.
Yeah, I gotta stop saying I can't.
Get it go. First of all, let me hear you say, I can do this.
I can do it.
And I'll do it.
I can't do it.
Ready? I'll come up with one. The adult babies. The adult babies.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
You can't, you can't
That's
do
a
it
jingle.
either.
It's not a good jingle. I didn't say it was going to be good.
That's
I just said I was going to come up with
jingle.
one.
It's good. I
On
enjoy
the
it.
spot jingle.
Enjoy it.
All right. So speaking of crying, I almost cried the other day.
Oh yeah.
My girlfriend threw a shell at me in Mario Kart, and I threw a fit.
Oh my god.
I threw a fit. We were playing Mario Kart, and she threw a shell at me and hit it and hit
Yeah.
me with it. And I threw a tantrum about it. I was like, I never fucking throw shells at you. Why are you throwing shells at me?
Oh my god.
And then
This is a
I
true
almost
story?
cried.
This is a real story.
This is. I wouldn't call it a story. I'd call it more of a sad fact. It's not much of a fun
That is
fact.
a
It's a
sad
sad fact, but I don't know why. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in about crying. Guys, I cry too.
We all cry.
I just wanted to feel like I was part of the
Who
thing.
doesn't?
You're not a real man unless you cry.
Yeah,
It's true.
even if it's over Mario Kart. All right, you know what? Also, in between the episode, we were hearing the last week's episode. Lou was telling us about a show he played with Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
and I found out that that show with Bieber was only like 15.
Yeah, he was young. It was his first.
Should we talk? Let's talk about the Biebs, guys.
Yeah.
Biebs.
Are you guys fan of the Biebs?
Hey, listen. He is what he is.
He is.
Yeah.
Do you listen to his music? I think you do. I think you're ashamed to admit it.
Some of his
Look at
songs
his
I
face.
listen to.
He's actually B's like playing it off like no, yeah, I don't know, but
No,
you look like a Bieber fan.
Oh, get out of here.
You
I
look like a Bieber-holic.
fan. I guess
What-
what,
what
Bieber
do they
fans
call
look
them?
like.
A believer.
A believer.
I'm a believer.
The believer-holic.
I'll be honest. I did watch his documentary a few years ago, like I said, and I was impressed with his journey.
I don't. I think he's got some catchy songs. I mean, I don't love his music, but there's catchy songs. Pop is pop. Some
Like
stuff
one.
is
What
catchy.
song? What's a good Bieber song?
What's
Baby,
the-
baby, baby.
Yeah, that's one. I don't
that
know
the
the
name of
names of them. The one where he talks about his mother not liking the girl.
What, his mom didn't like his girlfriend?
I don't know. It was something like I forget. It's one of the lyrics in there.
I know.
Chick, are you watching football while we're recording this episode?
I'm not watching it. I just have the
he just
score
has
of
it
Notre
on.
Dame on the
He's really
back.
focused. He's watching the
No,
Notre
it's
Dame
just on the
game.
back. I just every once in a while glance at the score.
This is what we have to deal with in episode 2, baby.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Episode
I'll
2
do the
is
right thing. I'll do the right thing.
Anyway, so there was a story about the Biebs.
Yeah.
What happened? Did you talk to Biebs? Did you get to say hello to him?
A little bit. You know, it's kind of like.
Did you guys bro down a little bit?
No.
You didn't bro down with the Biebs?
No, I wish. I was, I was what, 25 years old at the time. And he was like a 15-year-old kid, and I was like trying. I was like, man, I really want to be friends with this.
Oh my god. That's so weird. Yeah.
You know, it's like, I mean, he was rolling around like on a Segway, like a stand-up Segway. Like that's all he did. He had a little ramp where he rode his Segway up from his bus to the. It was like, you ever see The Toy? You guys remember?
Yeah.
that movie?
Yeah.
It's like real life, The Toy. Like anything he wanted was there. Like the catering on the tour, there was just one full table full of every single good cereal you can imagine, like all the sugar ones, even the shit like Basic 4 was on there for some reason. And then there was like, you know,
Oh my god!
it was a crazy experience. It was wild. But anyway, I watched this young kid at a state fair peg a state trooper in the crotch area with a water balloon and run away. And he almost was
my God.
threatened to get arrested. And I mean, this poor state trooper was in full uniform, and it was just soiled. It was ruined.
Just got beamed by the Biebs.
Yeah, it was.
I can picture him rolling up on his Segway with a water balloon in his hand, grilling the state trooper. That state
Better
trooper.
not.
State trooper's looking for him, and he's just eating all the cereal.
It's crazy, man.
Oh my god, what a
Yeah.
life that kid has lived.
Right.
And that'd be great to be the Biebs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what kind of life is that.
It's a
Pretty
lot.
fucking good one,
I
it
guess,
seems.
I guess it is.
Listen, I get it. He's got a lot of
He
stuff.
doesn't live a real life though.
It's fantasy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'd
guess
live
I
that.
would like that.
I would trade places in a second right now.
I feel like now he's like leveling out a little bit, I guess. But it's funny because like when we were growing up, 15, 16 years old, you get caught egging houses.
Yeah.
And it's like, you get whatever happens. This guy's throwing eggs at houses in an area at mansions.
Yeah.
Where, like, people are like suing them for millions of dollars for hitting the house with an egg. And it's like, okay, like that's a whole different way of living. I don't understand that whatsoever.
That's nuts. Well, we hope to get him on the podcast one of these days.
He'll be here next.
Yeah, next time you see him.
Yeah, can you facilitate that?
Give him Chick's number.
Yeah.
Chick is
I get
our.
the yeah, exactly.
You're our guest, our booking
booking
guest,
agent.
Relations, public relations.
The PR guy.
The PR guy. Imagine that. He lives a life where he can peg a state trooper and do whatever you want.
Hit
And
a
you
state trooper in the balls with a balloon.
You're
like
not a
water
normal
balloon.
person.
You're
you
not.
don't live the life that everybody else lives. You can get away with things that
Yeah,
we
it's
can't
crazy.
get away with. And geez, I just think about half the shit I did it. I wanted to do at 15.
Yeah.
What a terror.
Yeah.
What a terror. Like that's not that bad. A state trooper with a balloon.
No, it could get way worse
it
than
could
that.
I think I was setting
Yeah.
fires at 15.
Yeah.
I'll never
I was
forget.
going into the sumps, lighting a little.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
There was one. There was a time where everybody was at the sump, and a bunch of my friends did shrooms, and they lit up a fire, and before you knew it, the fire was fucking 40 feet high, and we were all like, "We gotta go." The fire trucks all there putting it out. We're like, "Oh god, good thing we got out of there. That could have been bad.
Yeah, you could have been burned to death.
Could have been burned to death.
would've
Could have
been
got
bad.
arrested. It could have been real bad."
A lot of things could have happened that night.
So what was the state fear? That's the anything else happened with Bieber, or was that the Bieber story?
I mean, for that show, there was a lot of antics, and
You guys were touring with him for multiple shows, or it was just like a couple of incidents?
yeah. So I was playing drums for this artist that was opening on his. It was his first tour out of the gate was in a sold out world arena tour, and we did the States, like half of the States part of it. So they broke it up, and I think it was like a month we were out. It was insane. It was crazy. Just to see the production. This kid was legitimately walking up a vertical wall in the middle of his set. Like it was nuts. It was crazy.
Wow.
My favorite part was catering, though. You walk in there, it's like there's an ice sculpture of like Justin Bieber's face, but around the
Is that
ice.
true?
Dead serious.
There was an ice sculpture of his face.
I am certain venues they would have it. A lot of or like certain venues will do that for certain artists. Like we New Politics was out with Pink. She had the same thing, and there's like, and they usually do it like it's a cold bar, like oysters and clams
Yeah.
and shit all around a face of Justin Bieber.
Did they ask for that, or is it
No.
somebody else's idea?
It's someone else's. It's someone else's idea.
Has your face ever been in ice?
No.
How would you
no.
feel?
You guys will
about
get
that?
there. You guys
I
will
hope
get
so.
there.
That's the next step.
Yeah. You guys are almost that facial ice sculpture level.
Yeah.
You get to be like a Mount Rushmore of
Yeah.
you and Soren and David. Like, How would you feel if you walked out and you just saw an ice sculpture of the three of you guys' faces with people just eating seafood out of the bottom of it?
Like king
God.
crabs out of it.
If that ever happens.
That's right. Worship us. Worship our melting faces. We paid for everything here. Remember that.
Oh, God.
Do
Put that shrimp down. You're not worthy.
you guys get to enjoy the perks though of all their stuff?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah.
that like Justin Bieber's crew?
Yeah, did you get to eat some of his cereal?
Yeah. So the way it works is he has like a person some of his cereal. I just imagine like Justin Bieber on like a cover of his fucking Golden Crisp box or something.
That Bieber brand cereal?
Yeah. No, the way it works is like, so the catering is for the whole tour. And there's obviously specific things that, like, you know, that's catered towards him that he wants there, but he also has the artists also have their own private riders where they can, who the hell knows what's on there? You know, we don't
You
really
don't know what's on his.
his personal private. No, I have no idea.
Do you guys have anything crazy?
We did for a while. We changed it. We had a like, as a joke. We had this is really messed up.
This sounds like a fun fact on the way, guys. Yeah. Fun fact inbound.
We have a bunch of shit. We have, like, you know, alcohol, whatever. But then in one rider we had a naked chick covered in sushi. And that's what I did.
Yes.
And
You are living the fucking life.
and then only one
That
time.
is so feng shui.
I know what
Yeah,
first thing I would go
it
for.
was totally it was a joke. Like they blew up like a blow up doll. Like the venue put like a blow up doll, like a sex blow up doll, and they covered it in like in whatever sushi, which was pretty funny. But that's the only time. There was never a live naked chick.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah,
You guys tried. You know,
we tried.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
I want that so bad.
A blow up chick?
No, just to eat something off of a female laying down on a table like that.
You sound like the biggest creep.
What a gross thought.
Why did your voice just like change like to a creep tone while you said that? It was like
Because
automatic.
you can't say that any other way other than being creepy.
Yeah, you can.
I always wanted to eat off of
Off of her naked body, a female's naked body.
Love naked females.
And now I'm just gonna play with this along with this. He
Go
said,
for it.
he goes, Chick. I heard Chick interject before
He's
with.
the only one.
He goes, I know which one I'd go for first. Which one would that be, Chick?
I'd go right below the waist first.
okay.
That was that same voice again.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sound like Barry Manilow, but it's really not coming out that way.
Oh man.
Oh, so gross.
Well, this is fun because, fun fact, this is fun. This is good. We get a drummer from New Politics. New Politics. We get the drummer from New Politics on the show, our buddy Lou, and we just ask him tons of questions about Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What else do you know? Any other celebrities you want to tell us about? We're done talking about you. Tell us about Snoop. What happened with Snoop? We heard Snoop was there. Was he high? He was probably high. He probably smoked.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah, there's no way he was sober.
Yeah.
What do I have here? Where do we go after that, guys? I have another question for you. I got a little random question for Lou.
Lou Politic?
For Lou Politics. Actually, isn't that your
It's my
Instagram?
Instagram name.
That's probably why
That's
I
where
said that.
Yeah.
It's one of those subliminal things.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, guys, follow Lou on Lou Politics at Instagram. Go follow him. Now I'm sounding creepy. What's with this creepy fucking vibe in here all of a sudden? Go follow him, guys.
Curse of
Follow.
episode 2.
Follow
Yeah.
him.
All right. So if you could drum for any act or band from the past, what band would it be?
That is a hard question. I probably Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because I'm a big giant John Bonham fan.
Think you could fill his shoes?
No, absolutely. Not. I mean, I would try my hardest, but I mean, he's the man. Zeppelin's the that would be it.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
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 I love Led Zeppelin. And I think John Bonham is one of the most influential drummers of all time. You ask anybody who's
Yeah.
a drummer today, like give you your top 3, he's usually number 1.
He's got to be up there, yeah. And,
But-
I mean, yeah, I remember learning those licks, like a lot of the stuff that he played, and it's just you can never replicate it the same way as like he's just one of those guys,
Yeah, and he does a lot of simple, really
Yeah.
simple stuff, but it's just the way he hits the drums.
Yeah.
Like he hits those
Hard,
things, man.
hard.
I think I don't know if anybody knows this, a little music history, but he tried out for a band before he got in Led Zeppelin. Was it the Yardbirds?
Yeah, it was the Yard. Well, Jimmy Page was in the Yardbirds
Yeah.
as well.
Jimmy Page was in the Yardbirds?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
If Bonham might have tried out. He might have, or it might have been. I don't know.
I forget what band it was he tried out for, but they didn't. They said he played too hard and he wasn't good
really?
enough for them.
Wow.
He didn't make the band, and then Zeppelin was the next band he tried out for, and they were like, "Oh, you hit really hard. You're in."
You're in, yeah.
So it was like the thing that got him into Zeppelin.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I know a fun fact about Zeppelin.
what?
No, the Jimmy Page hated "Stairway to Heaven."
Oh yeah, I've heard that before.
They hated playing the song,
Wow.
You know, that's
and Robert Plant hated it. Well, they just didn't like playing it. They said it was always like, "Play Stairway to Heaven, play
Right.
Stairway to Heaven," and I think Robert Plant's the one who wrote it. Said that he thought it was one of his worst written songs. He didn't
the
think it-
lyrics.
yeah,
He thinks the
lyrically, he
lyrics
didn't think it was good. Yeah,
Yeah, looking back, I've heard him talk about that he thinks the lyrics sound like childish almost.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They were too stupid, for lack of a better
and
word.
I think that's
Really?
one of the greatest songs too. It's crazy.
Yeah. A lot of bands get that way, especially with their biggest songs.
Yep.
For instance, I'm a big Nirvana fan. I remember they didn't like playing Smells Like Teen Spirit. Sometimes they would just not play it on purpose. They'd start and hit the first few notes and then be like, sorry, we're not going to play that one tonight. Like, they didn't care
crazy.
about, like,
Yeah.
pleasing the crowd. They were just like, fuck that song. Like, how is that with you guys? Do you guys get tired of playing? You got to play the same songs
yeah.
over and over and over. How do you feel about it?
It definitely gets repetitive and ridiculous, but it gets to the point where you start, like I know David and Soren, like they'll sing other lyrics that you wouldn't realize out in this crowd, but like they're singing it and like I can hear it in my ears. Like it gets to that point, but yeah, I mean we never not played our singles just because we haven't gotten to that point. But I'm sure that I always say it all the time, like I don't want to play this song.
Yeah.
I don't want to play this song today.
Over and over.
Over and over, it's like, yeah. But now you got these people. Did you hear this? Like some bands now are coming out on stage at these festivals and they're playing just the singles, like two back to back. Like I heard some festival in New York, Governor's Ball.
Yeah, that's a festival.
Whoever played one of the bigger artists, like they played the same song back to back, like for the entire set.
Really?
Like kind of like I guess like a
What?
fuck you to like the,
Really?
yeah. And
That's
I would
interesting.
as a fan of something, I'm
Yeah.
so pissed.
I would be real pissed too.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Because that kind of reminds me of, especially when I was a kid. I don't do this as much anymore, but I remember when I heard a song I loved. And this is back when I was younger. We had the take cassettes, and I'd play it through, and I'd rewind it back, and I'd play it again, and I'd rewind it back, and I would listen over and over again. So that concept at a concert doesn't seem to be the greatest idea,
No.
Yeah.
but it's...
I
Like,
agree
think about-
exactly with that.
You
Though.
like Funkmaster Flex when he plays a song,
Yeah. Yeah,
he'll play the beginning over and over and over
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
and he'll loop it back.
That
It's
drives
so
me nuts.
frustrating.
It drives me nuts. I want to hear the damn song.
I like when he yells.
So do I.
I like when Funk Flex yells.
Yeah, coming at you, Funkmaster Flex. I love the explosions. Yeah, the explosions, just nonstop
Chick-
explosions.
I do a better explosion than
You do. I don't do a
had
good
to do it.
explosion.
Yours hurt my ears.
When you do it, it hurts my ears. What movie?
I don't know, but that sounds like Ray Liotta.
No,
My ears.
it's My
Pesci?
Blue Heaven.
My Blue Heaven. Oh, all right.
Fun fact.
Fun, a lot of
Fun
fun.
fact: no one gives a shit. I'm kidding.
No, does
So
care.
that's interesting. Governor's Ball. You can't remember what artist it is, huh?
No, it was maybe some like maybe Vampire Weekend. Oh, that's it. They did like over and over again. I'd be like, I
That's
think
because that's their only halfway decent song anyway, so I can understand that.
I like a few of their songs.
Yeah, they're all right. I'm just being a dick, you know. That's what I do on this show. It's my thing. Hey, don't. You want to start some shit, B?
No.
I'll get into
I
it
stay
now.
neutral. Come on.
I know you were. You were Sweden.
That was just you beat me to it. No, Switzerland.
Switzerland. Sweden's not neutral.
No, Switzerland's the one that.
Whose side are they on?
Switzerland's the big neutral one.
Oh, what about Sweden?
I don't know much about Sweden.
I feel like that's the same thing.
They're
Scandinavia,
probably just
whole
as
thing.
neutral, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're just as neutral.
They're probably pals.
Probably.
They're up there in that little crevice of Europe, like sharing the space. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so we got the band from the past. Now, what about? Here's the next part of that question. What band would you play drums for from the present? And you can't say New Politics because we know, like, you know, the answer would be like, oh, besides New Politics, because we know you already play drums for them.
Right.
So, is there another band in the present that would? Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah. I mean,
Or are they going to fire you after you say that?
I'm kicked out. That's
Old baby's ruined his career. Fuck.
A chick takes over.
The other part of the plan.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I'd listen to a lot. I mean, I'd have to like. Does Green Day count? Would that count?
Yeah.
Green
Like
Day
as
counts.
a newer, like I would love to play drums in Green Day.
Green Day's still going.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Green Day.
I used to love them. I don't really like their newer stuff as much.
Why not?
I'm not as much into like when they really got like political with what was that album?
American Idiot?
Yeah, that's when I kind of just got turned off from them.
What about it? Like
I just didn't like that type of band. Like they were so like grungy, like becoming very political. I feel like it was just like a total switch. I just wasn't all about it at that point in my life, and then I just never really listened to them afterwards.
right.
Just me.
You don't like political music.
It's not that I don't like political music. It's just when a band comes up with like Dookie, and then they come with American Idiot. I'm like, what are you doing? I just didn't like that whole thing.
Right. Songs about Dookie are better.
Basically.
All right, I can feel that. And Green Day, it's Trey Cool as the bass player and Mike. No,
Trey Cool's
the drummer.
And Mike
Durnt.
Durnt.
I always had trouble saying that guy's name.
Yeah, I think it's Mike Durnt.
Mike Durnt.
Yeah, he plays bass.
Yeah, dude, when you think about how long Green Day has been playing music for.
Yeah.
Ever.
When did they start? Early 90s?
I remember
92?
getting that
Yeah.
CD when I was like in elementary school.
I was just
25 years?
We were probably playing in the band.
Yeah, we were covering it, man. That was it.
That's back.
Yeah.
Dookie was such a great album.
Yeah, it was. It's one of the first CDs I ever like buying.
Yeah,
Like,
I
begging
think it was one of
parents,
my
yeah,
first
Great
too.
cover.
Yeah, with all that like
blown up
cartoon.
cloud. Yeah,
it's great.
They had the art on the cover of that album that you're talking about with the little hand-drawn, like...
Yeah.
And I used to love to doodle in school, and I always tried to draw something like that cover. And you could stare at that
Doodle
cover.
now at work.
Doodle. Doodly do.
You doodle today.
I do. I doodle at work. I put doodles on Instagram.
Yep.
But I remember staring at that cover. This is do they still do you guys release actual physical CDs like the way like
Yeah, but
it's not the same,
no,
right? Like,
it's getting phased out real quick.
the
yeah.
quantity
Yeah.
of them just like what's the point? People probably aren't even buying them.
No, and
You
it
know?
costs so much money to press them, and then you got to hold
The
all the
logistics
copies.
of
Yeah,
everything.
it's
and
crazy.
To move them, to ship them,
Yeah.
to sell them. But that was a cool. I used to love staring at covers and artworks,
Yep.
and Green
Yeah.
Day was one of the coolest.
It was.
Remember, like a Tool Enema. They had a
Yeah.
cover that was like all the eyes.
I think I remember
Yeah.
that one.
and you could tilt the CD cover, and the eyes would like move
yeah.
around and stuff.
that weird material. I forget. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I still love the Nirvana cover. That cover never gets old.
Why you like that little baby
That little-
penis?
that little naked boy.
It's just a great cover, though. I don't care.
It is.
It is.
He's like a college kid now.
Yeah, I read
Yeah.
something about that.
What, do they have to reenact the picture?
I'm sure he has. I mean,
He should. That's 100 liker on Instagram.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, remember me? I was a naked baby on Nirvana. Never mind. Look how big my penis got. Look, it's $100 bill now. Yeah, those are the days. I love Nirvana. Fun fact.
Fun fact.
All right, so continuing on with that question. So we had Led Zeppelin, we had Green Day. what is one band from the future that
From
you'd
the
like to play
future.
drums for?
Oh.
It's a trick question.
it's a
Because
trick
how do you know
How do I
about
know? Yeah.
bands from the future? I don't know.
Maybe you could be in one of Chick's jingles
yeah.
in the future when he
That's what I'm
gets
hoping
that
for.
job.
Something.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna write a jingle band.
I can
Yeah.
sing too, so you could just play
Okay.
drums and I'll sing.
All right.
Okay, I'm in.
You can't sing.
I can sing.
Sing.
Sing something for us.
Stop putting me on the spot, bro.
Well, you keep saying you could do these things, and then you don't back it up. You're all talk, Chick. You're all talk today.
We'll practice off air. I need to
Nope, there's none of that BS.
to edit.
It needs
the,
to warm up. It needs to warm
I
up.
need to get some.
Chick, you're in the hot seat, and you could tell by how fogged up those goddamn glasses are.
Last episode, I'm pretty good right now. I feel comfortable.
You're all right now. We'll see.
Stop looking at
Episode's
me,
not
B.
over yet.
What's your favorite song to sing, Chick?
My favorite song to sing?
Yeah, since you're such a big singer.
I love singing Boys to Men.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm a big Boys to Men fan.
Dude, oh.
That's one of my. They literally are one of my favorite groups. One of the first
that
CDs
true?
I had was Boys to Men too.
Huh,
in
I didn't know
elementary
that
school.
about you.
I listen to all types of music, but that was one of my guilty pleasures.
Which song would
It's not even guilty anymore. Now I love it.
What song do you sing?
End of the Road's a good one.
Oh man.
What about the
yeah.
classic? Boys to Men.
Motown
Going
Philly.
on.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
We should try that, a 4-part harmony. Boys to Men. Going on, not too hard,
Not too soft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's long overdue tonight.
it's pretty good.
Well,
Hey, listen.
you ever playing any boy bands there, Lou? Because I got an idea that we're going to talk about after the show, the four of us. You know,
We would be
Start
the
it
best
up.
looking boy band ever.
yeah.
What?
Said if we were in a boy band, we'd be a great looking boy band.
Yeah, Lou would be great.
Come on. Come on, guys.
Lou, I got another question for you.
Yes.
Hit me.
I'm just curious what these are on to.
Yeah.
Actually, this one is just about, have you ever been in any dangerous situations while you've been out touring on the road, or you felt like your life was in danger? Has anything ever happened like that?
Yeah, I mean,
Think of all the spots.
of all the
Russia.
Russia.
Yeah, Russia. I mean,
Well,
just
a lot of
thinking that
places.
sounds dangerous.
Just
in
that
general.
trip by itself
Yeah.
was like, all right, I might die. I
Yeah.
might not make it back. I guess I'm trying to think. I mean, you were traveling in a bus, and there's a guy driving the bus, and you're sleeping in this little, like these little bunks in
Yeah.
the middle of the bus. And in the winter, it's snowing. You're driving through like the friggin'
Oh, yeah.
Rockies, so that's pretty like sometimes I'll feel like in the middle of the night, I'll hear the road stop, like on the
Oh,
side of
God.
the road, and I'm like, oh shit, did this guy
Get in the
fall?
lane, asshole.
Did this guy fall asleep? What's it?
Yeah.
Like that scares me. I can't stand flying. Flying is like, and I know it's so ridiculous because I have to fly all the time, but that's my biggest where I always feel like my life is in danger. Every time I get an airplane, I'm like, all right, well, this is it.
This is the last day, guys.
And you've taken some long flights too.
Oh man, every 4 to 20
So
hours.
how do you do it? Okay.
Drinking.
Alcohol, Xanax.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I get high as a fucking kite before I go on a plane.
I mean, you have to. The long
Yeah.
ones is just
Yeah.
like I can't do it, and what it makes it better. And this is gonna come across as a real bougie bullshit thing to say, but because we fly so much with Delta, I have like a status, so I constantly get upgraded to first
This
class.
isn't bougie at all.
So-
Wow.
Have you-
You are so humble and not bougie. You don't have to worry about that coming across in
If
these
you weren't
episodes.
flying first class, theuld be an issue here.
Yeah, well,
Of course.
I mean, we're not buying first class, which is a whole different.
Okay.
That's like some real bougie. That's
Yeah.
like because it's expensive. It's like
Yeah.
$4,000 ticket.
Yeah.
But when you sit up there, it's like, they're serving you
you feel
fucking
great.
drinks.
Yeah, we all know. Get it.
That doesn't sound dangerous at all.
No, I was just gonna say that's what makes me feel good. Like, it's like,
Yeah,
all
there
right,
you go.
I'm safe in
Yeah.
front of the plane now, but it's not at all.
Oh, that's nice.
I feel like
That's fun.
This episode has turned into a real like question answer.
I'm waiting for somebody to say something, and everybody looks at me. I'm like,
I know.
oh, fuck.
You know what it is?
Am I supposed to do this now?
It's you holding that paper. I feel like you're the moderator. So
I was on a plane once, and I took about 2 or 3 Xanax. And because I overdo everything because I don't like to be up on the plane.
Yeah.
So,
also because you like to get high. Let's just be honest. That's also part of it, isn't it?
A little bit. But anyway, so me and my brother goes, oh, because he knows I don't like being on the plane. So we're sitting next to each other, and he's like, you want to play some cards? I'm like, yeah, sure. And this is as the Xanax is really starting to kick in. I go to shuffle the deck. Deck goes everywhere. I pass the fuck out. I have no idea. I don't remember any of it. My brother had to clean up all the cards. He's like, you are a fucking mess.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun. I got a story when me and my band from back in the day, we went and played at a college town, and we played in Baltimore. And this was actually the most dangerous situation. You just reminded me of a story. I actually have one. We got there, we were playing, and we played the show, and it was this bar in the really shitty part of Baltimore. It was a dangerous area. But we finished. We played. We were down in the basement where the music was allowed to happen, like the live music. And then we started making our way upstairs, like to mingle with the bar, the club part of the bar. And our drummer at the time, Alex, went, and they had this dance floor area, and there was mirrors surrounding it. Nobody was dancing. Nobody was dancing on the dance floor.
Yeah.
It was empty. Everybody was like over. There was a big, huge crowd, but nobody was in this dancer. And he gets up in front of the mirror, and I watch him walk over there, and I'm like, what is he doing? He's staring himself down in the mirror, and he starts doing this weird dance where he's shaking his arms like they're dead, like little weights, and he's staring at himself, and he's dancing, and I'm like, what is going on right now? This is funny. All right, so I'm watching him. All of a sudden, from the huge crowd, somebody sees him. This girl, she comes over, gets behind him. Now she's rubbing up on him, and he's just doing his dance, and she's dancing with him. I swear, within a minute, that entire place was on that dance floor. He started a huge dance party. Everybody is going wild. But then all of a sudden,
something happened.
Something went wrong here.
All of a sudden, the dance party went to like shit, and it turned into a huge fight. It turns out,
How does a dance party get that way?
well,
A lot of bumping and grinding.
Alex started the dance party. He also started the fight without even knowing it. I'm sorry, my nose is running.
When is it not?
There's always something coming out of you, bro.
So it turns out the first girl that went over to dance with him was she was a lesbian, and she was another girl's girlfriend, and the girl was mad at her for dancing with Alex, and all of this happening.
Oh man.
So words are happening, fighting's happening, people are yelling and screaming, and all of a sudden somebody just sprays a can of mace over the entire crowd.
Oh God.
Mace.
Mace.
Really? Jesus.
The whole place lit up. So at this point, like, I see the fight starting, and I'm getting nervous. So I'm like, okay. And I just slipped out the side door. I was like, I don't want any part of this. We're in the middle of fucking Baltimore. Yeah. Who fucking knows? So all of a sudden the doors fly open, and a rush of people come out, all going, and I get a smell of it. I go, what the fuck happened? They go, somebody just maced the whole room. That girl who was dancing with Alex, her girlfriend, was so pissed off, she maced the entire room. And I was like, oh my God, dude. So as this is happening, people coming out, we hear someone go, he's got a gun!
Oh shit.
And a fucking bullet goes off.
What?
So this goes from being hilarious to me being like, oh shit, this is funny, mace, blah, 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 like to people having guns in the parking lot.
Oh my God.
And we got the hell out of there. We're like, let's get out of here. Where's Alex? He's still dancing with that lesbo. We're like, what? Come on.
Oh my! I can't believe that took you 27 episodes to tell us that story.
That's
I forget
scary.
about
That's
these things.
really scary.
Yeah.
I forget about these things. Like that was probably the most dangerous situation I was in.
Yeah, I'd say.
The falling asleep at the wheel, I have another story about that. Actually, when we were driving down to Virginia to play a show, Alex was driving. He was sleeping up top. This is how much of a degenerate I was. I had a Dewey, so I didn't have a license. So Alex and Buckley had to take turns driving. These were my two band members. And and I sat. This was my job that I assigned to myself. Nobody else did.
Yeah.
My job was to sit in the passenger seat and drink a 30-pack of beer to help keep them awake. Basically, I was like, hey, I'll be the navigator.
Oh my God.
So I'm navigating. Buckley's like, it's time for him to go to sleep. He climbs up and he wakes Alex up. Yo, come down. It's time for you to drive. Okay. Alex comes down. He's driving. And I'm being obnoxious and drunk and saying shit. We're in the left lane. All of a sudden, we're in the middle lane. All of a sudden, we're in the right lane. All of a sudden, we're on that part. And I look over at him, and he's passed out. His head is drooped. His head is drooped almost in his lap. Like, he's got his hand on the wheel still. So I go, oh, shit. And I smack him as hard as I can in his arm. He wakes up. He does that thing where, like, you know, you throw your head back because you just woke up like, and he grabs the wheel, luckily.
Holy shit. That's like, yeah.
I'm like, dude. I go, you fucking fell asleep. He slowly turns his head and looks at me to the right. And he grills me. He's pissed off look at his face. And he goes, don't ever fucking hit me again.
Oh, that was the problem there.
And I'm like, what? I just saved our lives. He slowly turns his head back to the road and then takes his dark as fucking night sunglasses and pulls them down over his eyes. So now I can't see if his eyes are open or closed or not. God. And hits the gas. We go from 60 to 95. All of a sudden the car goes. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, all right,
Get my life's in your hands.
You're welcome. I just thought I did a good thing. Should I have let you sleep? Should I let you sleep? I'm sorry for waking you up.
I'm sorry I let you drive.
Sorry I woke you up from your nap, but you know, you're kind of driving a gigantic fucking 4-ton vehicle right now, filled with musical equipment and 2 other human beings. Maybe now's the time to stay awake. Pay attention to the road. I don't know. Anyway, I cracked another beer and just fucking. I was like,
I won't do it again.
I thought he was going to turn to me and be like, you had one job to keep me awake. It's like, no, don't hit me.
Don't ever fucking touch me again. And I was like, okay. Sorry, buddy.
A lot of love in that band.
Yeah. That was quite a road trip. And then I eventually passed out myself. I passed out drunk. I don't remember how, but I wound up on top of all the music equipment in the back, and so when they like opened the van, I was like sprawled out over the drums and the guitar amps and stuff, and they're like, asshole, we're here. I'm like, oh, hey, cool, let's go, man, let's play. But,
Christ.
that was the same show where I talked about in the early. Nobody showed up. I talked about it in the last episode.
Yeah.
We drove back up north and got stuck in Virginia because the transmission blew. It was like one thing after another on this trip. And they were pissed off because Alex and Buckley had jobs and I didn't, because all I did was play music and drink. And we stopped in Virginia. They called in sick, and I was just like, fuck yeah, bro, we're on vacation. Like, we were in a gas station parking lot because they had to wait for the transmission to be delivered from like a foreign parts dealer. And across the street was another gas station that sold fried chicken and beer. All set. I was like, this is all I need. We had air conditioner and the truck. And it was this part of Virginia that's like a backwoods, like an area. To give you an idea, we decided to walk around because we needed something to do. We couldn't just sit in the van. We're like, we have to go walk around. And we love to smoke pot. We were drinking already, but we were like, wish we had pot. We were talking about it. And we just picked a direction. We started walking. We were like, let's walk this way. Okay, we're walking. This dude drives by. We see him on a bike. He's a shady-looking dude already. And he just walks by, and he goes, wait. Anybody need weed? Now, it was kind of a black neighborhood, and we were like
Yeah.
3 white dudes. We must have stuck out. They probably
Right.
saw us and like, what the fuck?
What's
Who
happening
are
here?
these
Yeah.
dudes? Like, we looked so out of place. This guy saw a business opportunity.
Opportunity presented itself.
It did, and we bought the weed. We were like, yeah. I raised my hand like I was waving down the ice cream man. I was like, hold
Didn't
it.
even think twice about it.
We're like, yep. How'd you know? How'd you know, bro? What gave us away? 3 white boys walking through
Oh,
this shitty
man.
neighborhood carrying a 12 rack of fucking bud. Yeah. So, yeah, that was that was pretty much the rest of the trip. We smoked that dirty weed, we drank that beer, and then we came home.
Jesus.
Oh, we went to Arby's while we were there.
Oh, that's
Well,
fun.
that must have been
Yeah.
exciting.
That was the event of the week.
Yeah.
Was that when like Arby's? There wasn't too many Arby's around here.
Well, around
There's
these,
no Arby's around here.
yeah, there wasn't many Arby's around here, and around these parts where we were, this Arby's was like the place to go.
Oh, yeah?
It was like the restaurant where there was people on
Oh.
dates. They had like candles on the tables and shit. No joke. It was a big, huge like dining area, and you went up and you ordered the food like a fast food, but then they gave you a number. And I was like, what is this? Where's my food? They're like, no, put the number on your table. We'll bring it out to you.
Oh, fancy.
I was like, oh, okay. We got served at Arby's.
Yeah.
They brought it to us.
Fancy.
I'm not a big
Arby's.
fan of Arby's. Never was.
You don't like Arby's?
No, I'm not
Why
a
not? What
roast
do you-
beef fan. Just not a
Did-
big fan of theirs.
Did they get too political for you at some point?
No, I just don't like them.
What don't you like? The food?
Yeah.
What?
The one I went there, I had like a chicken sandwich. I'm not a roast beef guy. It just wasn't good. I don't know why there's always got to be so much.
I don't know,
crazy
because sometimes I got to dig to find
No,
out
no,
what's
that
really
is
going
not a
on.
crazy
Like,
story
why don't
with
you really
Arby's.
like Arby's?
No, Arby's was literally tried it, didn't like it, never went back.
I love Arby's.
I haven't had Arby's in a while.
No.
Me neither. I haven't had it in a while either. It is good though.
But maybe I'll check it out.
Beef and cheddar,
Oh, yeah.
onion buns.
Yeah, that's right. They are on onion buns.
They have good cookies now.
Do they?
Salt and caramel chocolate chip cookies. Salted caramel.
I'll have to try it out.
Try it out. Arby's, hit us up. Arby's, hit us up.
I am hungry right now.
Isn't there like a place in the South, usually Jangles or
Bojangles.
Bojangles. I
Yeah.
love that place.
That place is great.
is
Yeah.
great.
I've never been there.
There's one around here, right? Or
I don't think so.
I think so. Or in Hempstead. I think in Hempstead.
Oh, is there?
Ooh, I
On
gotta
Hempstead
check this
Turnpike.
out.
Yeah. All
I'll
the way
definitely have
up.
to try that out.
Oh, it's good.
So,
What is it, like
Chicken.
chicken? All right. All right.
all right, B, I think we have one last story from you, and then we can wrap up this episode. You had something to tell us about Bed Bath and Beyond.
Just
No,
an embarrassing thing I
Bath
did.
and Body Works or Bed Bath and Beyond? I always get those
Bath
two
and
mixed
Body
up.
Works.
There's a lot of B's going
Yeah,
on. Bed
Bath and Body
Works Beyond.
Yeah, the one with all the
Mix them together.
moisturizers.
Wait, isn't? Never
Oh, so
mind.
that's Bath and Body.
No, isn't
Bath and Body
Bath
Works.
and Beyond and Bath and Body Works is like a brand, or no?
I don't know. I don't follow.
Like, isn't fuck it?
Chick, there's stores. They sell things.
Yeah, it's. A
I didn't
store.
know that. I thought it was a brand, not a
Yeah,
store.
it's also,
I'm a big
there's
fan of Bath and Body Works. I love their soaps and their moisturizers. They have a eucalyptus.
Is that what you put on before you went to Bruce and cried?
Yeah.
He smelled like a Japanese apple.
I smell like eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus.
Spearmint eucalyptus.
that's good.
So I go in there and I have a specific kind of shea butter I like. And
Jesus Christ!
and I go in and I can't find it, and the lady said, unfortunately, it's discontinued. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And she's like, but we have this other product here. So now she takes me over, and you go in there, they're all wearing like the little aprons, and this like little lady brings me over.
They hire
and
her?
yeah, they might be. And she shows me, this is a similar product. So I'm like, oh, all right. So I grab it and I start putting it on my hands, and it was shaving cream. So she's like, oh, and I'm like, I'm an idiot. And right away, I have this stuff. So now she has to walk me over, which I never even noticed this in this place. There's a sink for idiots like me that have to wash their hands. So now the lady brings me over to the sink, and I'm washing this stuff off, and I'm just like, I'm such an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. She's like, you're not an idiot. People do it all the time. And I just felt like an idiot. And then I proceeded to buy $70 worth of moisturizer.
Because you felt bad.
Yeah, and I like it.
Sounds like the sink of shame.
Yeah, it just it's not much of a story as much as it was just an embarrassing moment that I ran into.
What's this shea butter all about? Educate me. Educate our podcast listeners. What do you do with shea butter? Where do you rub it?
Everywhere.
The whole
arms, chest. I like it in the summertime.
That's fucking gross.
It's called Lay It On Thick.
Yeah.
It's like a...
That's the name of it?
Why do you have to
I'm just thinking
disparage
about
everything
this.
I like? So it's like a coconut. It's like a coconut scent. And in the summertime, after a day at the beach, you get a little tan. You put on this coconut stuff. You are feeling right.
When's the last time you went to a beach and actually got tan?
I went to last week. I was in Fire Island. I invited you both. Nobody showed up.
All right, never mind.
Actually, I said that I wasn't going to be able to make it. A chick said he was going to go, and this he didn't go.
I wound up having to work.
Yeah, he had to work.
I can't turn
You
down
don't
the
work.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I can't turn down the hours I get right now.
That's true. So yeah, just another time in my life where I've been embarrassed in a public place because of something I've done. And it was just a weird thing, you know. You're at a sink at a Bath and Body Works, and the lady is just like telling me, like, she's like, "No, you're not an idiot. You're fine." Just like, I don't know.
Because she's
Sounds
probably
like a nice lady.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
nice
it's
lady,
great.
and you make it seem like you did God knows what, and it's not a big deal.
I didn't do any. I know.
You making a bigger deal out of nothing as usual.
I love that place. I love going in there,
smells great.
smelling all the smells.
Yeah.
That's number one on my list. I knock so many people off my Christmas shopping by going in there.
Yep.
Everybody, even I get guys gifts there because
they
they
work
have
for
really good
everybody.
smelling
Great
candles.
stuff.
Yeah.
I got a candle called Flannel. It's fantastic.
Does it smell like a flannel shirt?
No, it's like a woodsy scent. I guess I would describe it.
That kind of makes sense. Like I
Yeah.
picture like a guy like with a red flannel with the black checkers,
Right.
like a Paul Bunyan type
Yeah.
per se.
Paul Bunyan.
It
And
smells
he's
just like Paul
in the,
Bunyan.
in the woods.
Delicious.
Oh man, it's a Paul Bunyan scented candle. They have that,
Yeah, it's not bad.
dude. You know what to get me for Christmas,
Yeah, you do.
baby. You get me that.
Yeah, you're a big candle
I
guy.
think the top
I
two
am. Look at all the
cents.
candles I got around
Twilight
here.
Moon, sugared cinnamon.
I've read something once where the top 2 cents for men.
Why are you
lavender?
freaking talking? What is he doing?
What?
You just started going like this.
I was
read
trying to
something,
talk. I was
son.
trying to keep it. I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
I heard the top 2 cents for men are coconut and lavender is number 1. So now I buy lavender.
Lavender seems like
Smells
a
good.
lady scent, but
That's a
Smells
fact, but I don't really think it's that fun. It's not really much of a fun fact. It was a
Okay,
fact.
all right. It's a fact.
You know,
we're trying to stick with the theme of fun facts.
Fun
So
facts.
spice it up a little bit next time, all right? You can't do anything right around me.
No.
You know what? Going back to the candle thing, like, wow, I'm about to tell you where I got these candles from.
yeah, we've reached
Michael's. let me stop myself from telling this awful story.
fun fact. We've been in this room too long.
You know, fun fact, this episode's almost over.
Yeah.
God.
Fun fact, Lou, do you have something or anything? It seems like you have something to tell us.
I was just gonna say, you guys are talking about not Bed Bath and Beyond. Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body Works.
I just remembered a scent. Cucumber melon.
Yes.
It just hit me.
Cucumber melon is a great
It's a
one.
good one, right?
That's a classic.
It's a classic. I
It's a
remember,
classic.
I feel like my sister used to have that, or I don't know, but I remember that scent.
It was you, Lou.
It was definitely me. And then I also now not Bath and Body Works, Bed Bath and Beyond. I have a story about that. Not really a story, but I was hanging out in bed.
This whole episode's filled with
Hanging out,
non-stories.
yeah.
It just fit right in.
Yeah.
Did you guys? So Bed Bath and Beyond has those really cool I guess like vaporizer
Yes.
things, and they have this whole display set up. And this really isn't a story. It's just something I found myself like
That's what this whole episode's
Yeah.
about.
And I was in Bed
a fun
Bath
fact.
and Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun
That's
fact.
it. It's a
was
fun fact.
in there just like like wheezing and inhaling all of this, like nonstop because it made me feel so good. I was there for so long. One of the guys came over and was like,
"You want to buy this?"
You're right. You wanna buy this thing? And I was like, "No, I have no intention of buying this, but I'm just gonna enjoy the vapor. My nose is running and everything." And I'm like,
"Get off my back, buddy. I'm taking care of myself right now."
I got one of those for Christmas last year. They're fantastic.
They're incredible. They probably work great.
Yeah, they're good.
I got a squatty potty for Christmas last year.
That's a good gift.
I love the
squatty potty?
It's change your life. You sit on the bathroom on the toilet when you're about to take a dump, and you stand, and it's like a thing that you put your feet up, so you're squatting instead of just sitting, and it's supposed to align your colon, so everything's just. I forget the slogan for it. It's great, but it's just like a quick. Free release, and my shits have been so great.
See, we literally talked about on the last episode how Chick would be bragging about shits he was taking. Look at that. It didn't even take more than one episode for him to start bragging about his shits.
Best shits ever.
I'm actually really interested in it.
Look into it. Squatty potty. They got all different types now. And
here's a new slogan.
Right under your toilet.
Align your colon.
I think that's what it is, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
It's something like that.
There's a song for that,
There's
too.
a jingle,
Yeah. It's a little jingle. What, are you checking on the game?
No, I'm actually checking for the slogan, you dick.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think we might be coming to an end here, guys.
I'm okay with that because I am hungry and tired.
All right. Time to go to Arby's. All right. Hold on. My mouse died, so I have to do this like this. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Fun fact.
I'll be at the Broadway Comedy Club September 22nd.
Oh, why didn't we talk about that earlier?
I forgot.
He doesn't like to promote himself.
I just remembered.
Fun fact, B's got a show coming up. Fun fact, Lou's got a tour coming up.
Yeah.
Follow Lou on Instagram. You probably already are if you're listening to the show.
Yeah.
Follow Chick on Instagram.
At ChuckChick25.
Lou, thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you,
on
Lou.
these episodes.
Thank you. It was fun, man. It was great to have you. It was good seeing you, buddy. And good luck with everything.
Thank you, guys.
Come back next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Peace.